Yo! What's good, man? Happy trade deadline, y'all. How y'all doing out there, man? I don't got a lot of time today, man, so we gonna make this quick, baby. Yes, sirski. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in, y'all. Yes, sirski. Yeah, we gonna start this in just 1 second, man. We gonna let this. Yeah. I hope everybody out there is having a beautiful, beautiful day. I hope y'all looking forward to y'all weekend. Y'all got some shit planned. You gonna kick it, whatever y'all gotta do, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Let's go. Had to squeeze in one more show, baby. Too much going on. Too much going on. Too much going on. I was about to not go live, but there's too much going on, man. Always my dog's hair, man. Always. Hey, man, what's good, man? What's good? Welcome into another episode of the Jayson Estrera Show, where we talk about basketball as accurate as possible. Now, like I was just saying, the trade deadline has just ended. It's been a little over an hour since the trade deadline has ended. Obviously, there's always the possibility that trades kind of trickle in because they were already finalized, but paperwork and things have to get processed and go through. So it's possible that things might come up, but in terms of something massive, I don't think anything is going to happen anymore. And if I'm being honest with you, I don't have anything planned for this show right now as I have the past, as I typically do. We're essentially reading off Sham's Twitter, X account, whatever you want to call it. That's all we are doing. Nothing else. There is nothing else. We are reading Sham's Twitter essentially and reacting to it. The first thing that we have to get into, right? The biggest news, and obviously I got to get to this and speak about this first and foremost, is this. The Golden State Warriors have acquired Jimmy Butler. Shams had posted it, the 2-month-long saga between Jimmy Butler and the Heat ends in a trade to Golden State. It was one of his initial preferred destinations. On top of that, on top of being traded to where he wanted to go, he agreed to a new 2-year, $121 million contract extension through 2026, 2027. My first, let me see. My initial reaction to this, right? I'm trying to get this gentleman's name. All right, here it is. Okay. All right. All right, here we are. So this, all right, sorry, this took a minute. So this is my initial reaction to Shams breaking this news of the Jimmy Butler trade. Bernard Lee, you better apologize to this fucking man. Bernard Lee is Jimmy Butler's agent, right? And is a person that went at someone that went at Shams, said that he was bullshitting, right? Said that it wasn't true that he had requested a trade. And Shams had fired back and said everything that he has reported is absolutely true and based in fact, and he was told these things. only for all of it to come out true. So first and foremost, Bernard Lee, you're a piece of shit. 1, you're a piece of shit. 2, you're a horrible liar. And 3, you owe that man an apology because you tried to go at his integrity, at his credibility, when that is what his job entails. And it lives off of the shoulders of integrity and credibility. So Bernard Lee, you're owed to go fuck yourself. Sorry, bro. That's it is what it is. So that's first and foremost. Second, basketball might be the greatest job on earth. It might be the greatest job on earth. The money is great. The fact that you get to play the sport that you grew up loving in a game essentially is unbelievable. The fact that you can whine, complain, act out, not show up to work, and still get everything that you asked for has got to make being an NBA player the greatest job on earth. I mean, there's no other place where you could do that. Anywhere else, you get fired and that's it. And you get horrible reviews and references from then on. He got the new contract and he got traded to a team that he wants with a legend superstar, Steph Curry. And I want to say this as well too, right? Because I do think this is important, and I know everyone has been on Jimmy Butler's ass, and honestly, I think deservingly so. But here is the bottom line as well. Something had to have happened in the organization. Something had to have happened that we are not being told, and is the reason for why, and it's the reason for why this situation got so ugly. Right? I do want to say that about Jimmy, because from the outside looking in, based on the information that we have been provided, Jimmy just looks like this straight up bad guy. And as much as I want to believe that, right, and as entertaining as it's been, I'm also aware of Pat Riley and who leads that organization, and the fact that for it to get to this point, something had to have happened. I'm sure we'll find out about it at some point, probably when Jimmy retires and he's away from the game of basketball. He'll probably talk about it. I doubt Pat Riley will ever talk about it, but I'm sure we'll find out in some way what really happened in this situation, which turned it really ugly. But until then, we're left with speculations, and to be honest, we're left with Jimmy being the bad guy, but ended up in Golden State, which is where he wanted. And let's talk about the Golden State Warriors in this situation, because they acquired Jimmy Butler, obviously, right? And this is not to say that I don't have faith in Steph Curry or Steve Kerr or that team. Let me try to find the new starting lineup for, let me see. Where's my account? Oh, right here. Where's my profile? Oh, here. Likes. I wonder if it's somewhere on here. About their potential 5. Let's see. let's see. The projection of their starting lineup is going to be Steph Curry, Buddy Hield, Jimmy Butler with Draymond and Trace Jackson Davis. Andrew Wiggins is gone. They traded Dennis Schroeder away as well. I still don't love the Warriors. I know that I've had takes saying that the Warriors historically during their championship years was a team whose mid-range and inside game was always undervalued. Right? Meaning people never paid attention to it enough. Everyone just focused on the three-point shooting. Because the three-point shooting was extremely important. Steph and Klay was the cornerstone of that offense. And we saw what happened once Klay wasn't Klay Thompson anymore. They really suffered. They obviously suffered without Kevin Durant. But once Klay Thompson wasn't Klay Thompson, and I know it was injury, right? But, injury, confidence, a lot went into it. Once Klay was no longer Klay, we really saw this Warriors team take a step back. And then they had Jordan Poole, and they made their run and got a championship. And everybody was visualizing what the future of the Warriors could look like because of Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, and Steph, which obviously they don't have those other two players now. So with this new version of the team, with Jimmy and Steph Curry leading the charge, and you throw in Buddy Hield and Draymond and Trace, I keep fucking up his name. And Trace Jackson Davis, right? You're now asking Steph Curry and Steve Kerr to win with a style of basketball that they've never won a championship with. They don't have the shooting that they used to. They don't have the threat that they used to when it came from shooting. It's just Steph. Jimmy Butler is not Kevin Durant, right? And so what we're expecting out of this team is something we have never seen out of them before. So I think that's important, because to all of a sudden make these guys out to be contenders, or they're going to go to the Western Conference Finals, I think is still a stretch. And I get that, Jimmy wanted to get here, but outside of them making a lot more moves, I genuinely cannot see how they can compete legitimately for a championship. And so it was a massive deal, but I don't think it really moves the needle that much for the Golden State Warriors. Oh, I think the other lineup was like Steph, Jimmy, Kuminga, Draymond, and Trace, Jackson Davis. So they have a lot of different things that they can mess around with. What ideally they would want to do is get a lineup and stick with it. The sooner they could do that, the more reps those guys can get together, and consistent reps. So hopefully they could finalize that sooner rather than later. What else do we got over here? Oh yes, Brandon Ingram, right? He's going to Toronto for Bruce Bowen Jr., Kelly Olynyk, 1 first-round pick, and 1 second-rounder. I actually kind of like this for Toronto. RJ, BI, Scotty Barnes. I could see where they're kind of going with it. Is it the greatest thing in the world? No. But maybe a change in scenery is kind of good for Brandon Ingram. I know he's very up and down. Some days he looks amazing. Other days he looks average. I think he's a super talented player. Toronto, I think it's a fun team. Elijah always says they're vibes. I think they're just a vibey team. This probably makes them more vibey. But yeah, I don't know about that one. We'll have to see and pay attention how they look moving forward. But at least they got another star. At least the Toronto Raptors have another star, and they're trying to rebuild, obviously. This is the big one, though, too. This is, and more so than the actual player involved, this is a great sign. The Los Angeles Lakers are trading Dalton Knecht, Cam Reddish, a 2031 unprotected first-round pick, and a 2030 pick swap to the Charlotte Hornets for center Mark Williams. Mark Williams is 7'2". He has athleticism, a lob threat. A lot of things that in that press conference Rob Pelinka spoke about pairing with Luka because it's a style of play that he has had success with, right? And again, right? Again, a master class from Rob Pelinka. You take this guy, Luka Doncic, who is heartbroken. He got dumped. And to now take him in and then say, what do you need? And then Luka's like, I don't know, man. He's like, no, just tell me what you need. I got you. Man, I'd like a big guy that I could play with. I know we lost AD, obviously, in the trade. But, I'd like a big guy that I could throw lobs to. Athleticism, defense, yada, yada, yada. And I'm sure Rob Pelinka put his arms over his shoulder and he said, I got you, Luka. You're a part of Laker family now. And I'm sure that's how that happened. Traded their first-round draft pick from this season to appease Luka Doncic. Because Rob understands that there is no incentive monetarily to stay with the Lakers. If he wants, he could leave. And so Rob is now going to do everything, and I mean everything that he can, in order to make sure that Luka re-signs with the Lakers and stays with the Lakers. And that's why this trade is so massive. They traded away a person that was supposed to be a part of the future for the Los Angeles Lakers in Dalton Knecht. Someone they were really high on. They think people slept on, and he's been solid. But immediately to trade to appease your future star for the next 10 years, superstar for the next 10 years, I think will go a long way. And again, another masterclass for Rob Pelinka. Now, the other biggest news probably on this trade deadline is that Chet Holmgren is now getting cleared to return. So, all of the trades going down, new players and new jerseys. The number one team in the NBA, or the second best team, or the number one team in the West at least, one of their stars is coming back. Hello, Mr. Estrera. What's good, Bruce? What's good, Big Brucey? What's good, man? What's good? No trip yet. We're getting we gotta go do some shit today. Get ready for the trip. We're leaving early tomorrow though. Honestly, I genuinely was contemplating on coming live today, but I wanted to give that Jimmy Butler take so I could go and have a peace of mind over the weekend. That's genuinely why I did it. And there's also just so much going on. I just wanted to get some thoughts out before I get out of here. And then I could, like I said, I could really just enjoy my weekend and not be on my phone the whole time because I know I'm sure I'll still be on it, trying to figure out what's going on. There's potentially Luka's first game is gonna be this weekend, so I'm gonna try my best to tune into that when I can. But it's all about my baby's birthday, so I'm trying to lock into that. So I wanted to get this out for y'all today. But yeah, massive trade for the Lakers. Chet is coming back. What else do we got? Clippers made bad trades. I already know how you feel about Jimmy, dog. So I already know how you feel about Jimmy. Warriors made bad trades. Honestly, they started the bad trades for the Warriors, in my opinion, started with Dennis Schroeder. Like, when they got Dennis Schroeder, I knew they were trolling. I knew they weren't being serious. Like, why? And also, just really quickly on Dennis Schroeder, this has got to be the shittiest scenario, right? He went from being the leader on the Brooklyn Nets, and I know, granted, Cam Thomas was, supposed to be their best guy, but I think he's still young, has a tendency to take some really bad shots, but super talented. And so on a lot of nights, Dennis Schroeder was that guy, but he was also definitely their leader. And to go from that situation where I think he was comfortable and he was thriving and he was playing his game, to go to the Warriors, to go to the Heat or whatever the fuck, and now he ends up in Utah. You got to feel bad for him. You got to feel bad for him. You feel bad for him at all? I feel like he was doing his thing in Brooklyn. They weren't great, but he was doing his thing in Brooklyn. That's just shit. Knicks should have gotten some bigs. I totally agree. I will say though, like, what bigs? Because I wouldn't have wanted. Schroeder getting passed around like Kim Kardashian. I'm just here for the Pokemon content. Oh, I don't know if I got that, dog. I don't know if I got that. I do love me some Pokemon, though. I do love me some Pokemon. I really, really, truly do. I do love me some Pokemon. Maybe we'll try to figure out a way to put sports and Pokemon together some way, somehow. Maybe that's something we figure out as we go. What other breaking news? I swear I'm just over here, no bullshit. I'm sitting here just refreshing his Twitter. Like, that's all I've been doing. Just waiting for some more news to come out. What other trades had gone down? Oh yeah, the Hawks sending DeAndre Hunter to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think that's pretty big because I think DeAndre Hunter is extremely talented, and it adds size and it adds athleticism to them, right? I like it. I do like it. I think, Karis LeVert is obviously a solid player, and so is George Niang. So we'll see how it fits. I do think it's pretty fair. I'm not going to lie to you, because I think both of those players are very solid. So, the Hawks are getting two solid players, but DeAndre Hunter, who knows what he could develop into. And so Cleveland looks like they're gunning for it. As a Cavs fan, I'm happy. Hey, man. Hey, you guys are definitely on your way to try to win this championship this year for sure. It really feels like the Cleveland Cavaliers are going all in on the next year or two, or the next 2 to 3 years, on seeing if they could really try to get something out of here. We're rumored to buy out Simmons. Like Ben Simmons? Like Ben? Is that a real rumor? Huh. All right, well you're a Cavs fan, Derpy Entertainment, right? So let me ask you this actually, right? As a Cavs fan, this is just for me from the outside looking in. Karis LeVert is obviously very quiet. I felt like George Niang, he added some attitude to y'all team. He added some spice. He added some, like he was one of those that he would kind of get after it. Now, granted, I know that has nothing to do with like actual performance in the game, but I do think that adds value to it, especially when trying to bring in energy off the bench. I think for me that's where this gets that's where this trade is also a little bit fair, because they're getting someone that's super talented, but I just like what George Niang brought to the team personally, but I don't know, maybe I could be tripping off of that. The Simmons was not on the Cavs. How you buying him out? That statement is crazy. The Nets buying him out. I think that's what he meant. Uh, that I did hear that rumor that Ben Simmons is trying to get on a contender, and maybe this is just my brain, because when I see someone that's 6'10" with athleticism, can play defense, dunk, and pass, and obviously we're talking about Ben Simmons from like 6 years ago, but I'm like, man, I feel like if you're a good team with a good coaching staff and good players, you could take advantage of the things he does well and minimize the things that he doesn't do well. But at the same time, I don't have faith in Ben Simmons and his mental. Is he mentally tough enough to be able to go through a championship run? Because it is going to come with ups and downs. And so that's something I don't have faith with Ben Simmons. So that would be, you would have to be really confident in your ability to motivate a person, a human being, right? Forget sports. You have to be able to motivate Ben Simmons, the man. And unless you have the utmost confidence in yourself to do that, I wouldn't even touch that project. But that's just me. Watch the Warriors get Ben Simmons, and he balls out. Yo, that would piss me off. He start throwing, how crazy would he's dunking on everyone, throwing behind the back passes to Steph and Jimmy. Oh my God. The whole world would lose it. The whole world would lose it. Isn't that crazy? Imagine, wait, yo, Bruce, imagine imagine Ben Simmons goes to the Warriors and turns into a better Andre Iguodala. I would hate him forever. Wiggins was seen as a bust, and look what happened. That is fair. They were able to get control of Wiggins. I know it's not the same staff, but early on they were able to manage Draymond. Obviously, as he's gotten older, they've had what seems like less control over him. But definitely early on, Mark Jackson and that group seems like they were able to communicate efficiently with Draymond Green. I'll say it like that. Where was the wait? Hold on. I liked the tweet, and it was top tier. It was top tier. Hold on, let me find it. Wait, I gotta find it. Hold on. I gotta find this other thing, because this has been some of the funniest. Like, honestly, this has been some of the funniest NBA shit I've seen in a very long time. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Truly comedy. Like, truly comedy. Do they not have the tweet that I like? The comment that I like? This is foul, man. This is foul. Wait, y'all see this? Y'all seen this one? New Wizards duo after the trade deadline. Yo, these people are comedy, man. Like, yo, Chris Middleton and Marcus Smart did not deserve that. Oh, here was the tweet that got liked. Here was the tweet that I liked from there. They said, "My mom asked me if I washed the dishes, so I sent her this picture. Not getting the job done." Yo, people are fucking hilarious. But there's so many trades going on. There should be a big three. See, Bruce, you're a part of that crowd. You're a part of that crowd. And I appreciate y'all. Y'all make this too funny. I guess also the other biggest aspect of this, I guess, we're talking about the Warriors a little bit still, is, the news, the reports that Kevin Durant did not want a reunion with the Golden State Warriors. And to me, when I heard the report, it came as no surprise, I'll be honest with you, because I had just spoken about it. Let me try to find it really quickly. It was 3 weeks ago. Where is it? Yeah, it was like 3 weeks ago. Where here? So 3 weeks ago, I'd posted a video. It's called, "Is There a Kevin Durant Problem?" And a part of that video, I brought up the fact that he spoke of constantly moving when he was living in the Baltimore, Maryland area. And throughout high school, he went to one place. He's like, "I'm not really fucking with this team," or "I'm not really fucking with the vibe." Moves on again, and then moves again, and then moves again. He moved like 3 or 4 times throughout high school. And I thought it was very telling as to Kevin Durant, the person, right? Once he's over a situation or over a place, I don't think you'll see him go back. There was this viral clip of him when he was, doing a interview with I think it was like Logan Paul, and IShowSpeed was there. And he literally said 3 days is more than enough with a woman for him. Like, this is the kind of person that we're dealing with. So, no, he's not going back to a team that he was on. Especially if Draymond Green is still there and a lot of the same people he was dealing with before are still there. And so that really wasn't a surprise to me. I think it's in his personality to not be the type of person to go back. But this Phoenix Suns team is compromised. Bradley Beal was in trade conversations for a good 2 months. After an entire year last year of being the odd man out and being blamed for a lot of the stuff that happened, you come into this year trying to make an adjustment. You got to come off the bench, and then you're in trade conversations for 2 months. And then KD's in trade conversations for a week or two. And so I would assume that this team currently constructed is compromised. It's probably a very uncomfortable feeling, even though everyone made it back, because now the elephant in the room is we're not good enough. We were trying to make all of those moves, and I get that there's emotions involved, but when you look at the actual game and the basketball itself, they were not good enough, and they are not good enough, and that's why they were trying to make changes. And without any changes, you guys are right back where you were at square one. So what does that mean moving forward? You guys aren't all of a sudden going to get better overnight. Where are they in the standings? Are they like 9th or some shit? They're not very high, are they? Let's see. On the West, they're 10th, actually. Even worse. Sheesh. 25-25. They're at 500 with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. So, that just sucks. That just sucks. Clippers are trading Kevin Porter Jr. to Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah, that trade also sucks. To the Wizards. I think this is a great trade for Memphis. I can't even lie to you. Sends 2 second-round picks to Memphis. Yeah, I think that's a solid deal for them. They get to keep building forward with their guys currently constructed. Terrence Mann and Bones Highland to Atlanta Hawks for Bogdanovich and 3 second-round picks. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think a lot of these we got to see what happens with them. There's a lot of moving pieces. Yusuf Nurkic is going to the Hornets. I don't know what the Hornets are doing either. And then that's what I was talking about. To your point earlier about the Knicks, Bruce. I don't know what bigs we could have gotten. I don't think Nurkic would have fit. Vucevic. I don't know how any of these guys would have fit on our team. We would have needed like a Clint Capella type of guy, someone that can go get lobs, play defense, athletic, can move around, and those guys just weren't that. So I don't know what we could have done. I do, we need a big. You're talking about trying to get Mitchell Robinson back and right for the last stretch of the season going into the playoffs. So we got to see what's going on. We got to see what's going on. But that's going to do it for me for now, man. Like I said, I'm just here. I wanted to really just talk about the Jimmy Butler situation and some of the other trades going down. But that's going to do it for me for now. Like I said, I'll be on a trip for the weekend, so I won't be here tomorrow. I will be back on I'm hoping Monday night I'm back. If not, then we'll do something on Tuesday. But Monday night I should be back. I'll come watch a game with you guys. We'll kick it. We'll hang out for a good 2.5-3 hours. Just hang out, vibe on a Monday night when I come back from my trip. But that's going to do it for me for now. What a hell of a trade deadline this week has been. My brain is fried. I hope y'all enjoyed my little my little theory on the coffee meeting yesterday. But that's going to do it for me for now, man. I appreciate y'all so much. Shout out to you, Big Brucey, for coming out and hanging out. Shout out Derpy Entertainment. I appreciate you for coming and hanging out as always. As always, you guys are the best. Thank you guys so much. Before I get out of here, please like, comment, and subscribe. All that good stuff. It really helps your channel out. We're trying to take this to the moon, and you already know that. And last but not least, y'all could have been anywhere, and I mean anywhere on the internet. But y'all were here with me, and I appreciate you guys for that. So thank you so much. I'll see y'all on Monday, man. Y'all have a great weekend. Peace, 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 peace. I'll see y'all later, man. Have a good one.